Hi guys, welcome back to CRD. Today we are going to see what is lambda expression. Lambda expression is also called anonymous function. That means the function which will look like hidden. People can't easily identify where is a function called lambda. Okay, that is anonymous function. Let us see its introduction. It is used primarily to write very short functions. If you will need to make a function which will be of one line, two line, three line, then you will use lambda function which will be only in one line and it will get multiple number of arguments and will return only one thing. Okay, it is used when you will have hassle to define any function in normal way. That means if you will get difficulties in identifying any function, that how to define that function and how to use that function, but you can use lambda expression at the place of that and that will be easy. So let me show you how you can do it. Let us suppose we have a function here add. Okay, here you are watching that we have here defined a method called add and it is getting two arguments a and b and it is returning just the sum of a and b. Now when we are calling our add function, then we will have to pass these two arguments 4 and 3. Then when I am passing here 4 and 3, then it will result 7. That is the sum of these two numbers. We can do this thing with the lambda expression. So let me show you how we can do. Let us suppose we have a variable here called adder and we'll call lambda function. Okay, lambda function is called like lambda. Lambda is predefined identifier, and here when you will call lambda, then you will have to pass the number of arguments which you want, and after that you will have to add a colon. Okay, you will have to add a colon after passing the arguments, and after colon you will have to use your methods or calculation which you have to return. Okay, so here lambda function is getting two arguments a and b, same as add function which is taking two arguments a and b, and now it is returning after colon which is written is being returned. So a plus b is being returned. That means when we will pass here 4 and 3 in adder, okay, we have here adder as a function. You can imagine adder is a function here, and under this when we will pass here 4 and 3, then it will go to a and 3 will go to b. Now it will return 4 plus 3, that is 7. So when we will print our adder with passing 4 and 3, then it will return 7. Here you can see that it is of two line of codes only, and here it is of at least 3 line of codes. Okay, when you will print here, then it will be 4 line of code. That means lambda function sorts our codes. Okay, it makes the function in only one line. You can't use in multiple lines. You will have to define lambda expression in one line. Let me show you with the programming code of this same thing. Okay, let me go to my coding part, and now let us suppose we have defined a function here and let me name it to add. Okay, and it will get two arguments. Let us suppose a and b. Okay, and now it will just return a plus b. Okay, now we'll have to call our function. So we'll call add, and after this in the parenthesis we will pass values of a and b. So let me pass here 10, and 20. Okay, now it will return 10 plus 20, so we'll have to get a variable here. Let us suppose we have here result equal to add 10 plus 20. Now we'll have to print our result, so we will go here and let me print our result. Okay, now it will print 10 plus 20, that is 30. Let me show you. It is printing 30. Okay, now let us suppose we can do the same thing with lambda expression. Okay, so let me go here and we'll call a variable here. Let us suppose we have here also result, and result is equal to, I'm calling here lambda expression, and lambda expression will get two arguments, that is a and b. You can pass anything here, and after colon, here we have added a colon, and after colon it will return the expression which we want. Let us suppose I am here using a plus b, so it will return a plus b and save in result. So when we will print our result, let me do here print result, and under the parenthesis of result we'll pass the arguments. So let me do it 10, and let us suppose here 11. Okay, now here it is. When we'll call this and run this, then you will see that it is printing 21 after 30. Okay, that is the use of lambda expression. Let me introduce to this function with more examples. Let me go here. Let us suppose we have a variable here, that is the list of lists. Here we have 4 lists under a list called x. Now we have called sorted method. Sorted method is used for what? For sorting any list or tuples or sets. Okay, so when I am calling here sorted method, then it will sort x, but we have another argument here in sorted method, that is called key. And now let me do it with the example, and let me show you with the example for clean yacht. Let me remove these things. And now let us suppose we have the variable here x, and x is a list of lists, and under this we have a list of 2 values for the first item and 2 values for the second item. Let us suppose 20 and 2. Okay, and now let us suppose we have a third item, that is 11 and 13. Okay, that's enough. Now we have here x. Now when we'll call the x with sorted method, let us suppose we are using here print sorted x. Okay, then it will sort the x by the first values of all the lists. Okay, let me show you what is the result. Here it is. As you can see, it is sorting for the first items. You can see here first item is the smallest, second is the greater than first, and the third is greater than the second. Okay, but you are watching here that in the second values of all the lists, here it is 2, it is 13, and again it is 2. That means it is not sorted by the second item. Let us suppose we want to sort these things with second values. So we'll use here another thing that is called key. Key is another argument in sorted method. So we'll use here key, and under key we'll pass lambda expression. Okay, lambda expression, and it will get any of the things. Let us suppose we have here 3 items, and under all the 3 items in the x we have another two items in all the particular items. Let us suppose it is Y item, it is Z item, it is another Z1 item. Okay, so let me call here Y. Okay, that means it will get firstly first item for the Y, then second item for the Y, third item for the Y. In all the iteration, it will change the value of Y. So I am using here Y, that means it will firstly use first item, and now under Y we want to sort with second item, that means it is of Y0 and it is of Y1. So we'll return the things here with Y1. So it will sort the things with second item of X. Let me see it is doing or not. Okay, here it is doing. As you can see here, it is sorting with second item. As you can see here, it is 2, and again it is 30. Okay, so we have done this thing. Let me introduce to another examples. Lambda expression can be often useful as a closure. Let me introduce to what is a closure. Firstly, let me introduce what is a nested function. We have already seen nested function is what? Function within function. And a closure is a nested function with an after return access to the data of outer function. Let us suppose we have a function under a function, then when inner function will return something, then outer function will get that returning value, and then it will return that inner function. That means the returning value which is returned by inner function. Let me show you with an example. Let us suppose we have an adder function and it is getting outer argument here, and now I am adding here another method under this adder, and it is called adder underscore inner, and it is getting another argument that is called inner argument, and it is returning outer argument plus inner argument. Okay, that means it will get first argument with the parent method, and then it will get the second argument with itself, and now the outer method is returning which is being returned by adder inner method. Okay, that means it will return outer argument plus inner argument, then this will also return the same thing. Now when we will call our adder method, then we can pass here only first value, that means the value which will go for the outer arguments. Now we have a variable called here add5, which is calling our outer method adder5. Now we can call our add5 variable which will accept another argument that will be for inner argument. So when I am using here 3 in this variable, and it is actually here a function. So when I am calling here add5 function and passing 3, then it will return 5 plus 3, that is 8, and that is called closure. Let me show you its lambda example. Let us suppose we have a function here called attribution, and it is getting another argument that is called name, and now it will return with calling lambda expression which will get an argument that is called x, and then it will return x plus dash dash plus name. That means I am concatenating the argument which is here in our main method that is called attribution, and I am concatenating with x which will be accepted by lambda. let me show you with calling this function. Let us suppose we have called here attribution and I am passing here CID. So it will go for the name. Okay. Now when we'll call our PP variable and I am passing here Python tutorials by, okay, then it will go for the X which is being returned by lambda. Okay. We have seen these things in closer in previous slides, that here will be an inner argument which will return something and then it will be got by outer method and then outer method will return which is being returned by inner argument. So here you can imagine that lambda is inner argument and which is returning x plus dash dash plus name, and that thing will be also returned by attribution method here. So when we'll call here pp and we'll pass here python tutorials by, then it will return x, that is python tutorials by, and then dash dash, and after that it will return CID. Okay, I hope you have understood with these too many examples. The lambda expression is mostly used in GUI applications when we'll use Tkinter, PyQt5, PySide, web applications. Then we use lambda expression in most the cases. Let me show you more examples here. Let us suppose we have here x and I'm calling here lambda and I'm passing here 3 arguments and it will return a plus b plus c. Then it will return the addition of 5, 6, 4 when we'll pass here 5, 6, 4 in our x. Okay, you can practice on these things and you will get the result as you want. Let us suppose we have a function here which will return, which will get argument, that is num, and it will return the things which is be written here by the lambda expression, which will get an argument a and it will return a into num. That means the multiplication of its argument and the argument of outer function, that is my func. Now let me call here, when we will call our outer method, that is my func, and I'm passing here 2, then 2 will go to num, and now under multiplier we can pass our another argument, that is a. Now it will return 2 into 5, that is 10. Let me show you another example here. Let us suppose we have a method here cube and it will get an argument num and it will sorry, we have typo here. I am using here num, where it must be a, so that it will return a into a into a. Okay, you can change it to a. Now we have here variable get cube and let me call here lambda. X will be the argument and here it is returning s into x into x. That means it is same as these two lines. With using lambda expression we can do this in only one line. So let me call our cube. So we will pass here 2, then it will return 2 into 2 into 2, that is 8. And when we will call our get cube, then let me pass here 5, then it will return 1 to 5. So I hope guys you have understood all the things. These are too many examples for this. If you have still doubts, then you can ask me through the comment box, and you can also go to my Facebook page and you can ask there also. If you have not subscribed the channel, then please hit on subscribe and press the bell icon so that the notifications of new updates will come to you ASAP. Thanks for watching.